How you doing, everybody? My name is Vikion. Today we're going to get to another video, an analog horror series I've been hearing a little bit about. The creator of this analog horror is called Greylock. If you know about this content, that's great. Maybe you're like me reacting to it. But if you're new, just like me, his links of his videos and also his channel is going to be down in the description below. Give the guy his own love and validation. But if you like content like this, give this video a like. If you have any other recommendations, put it in the comments below. And thank you for watching. Any further ado, let's get right to the video. Alright, the first video is called It Begins. And the playlist is called Greylock Tapes. The Greylock Tapes. Alright, from the first look, it's already looked kind of scary.
Primary systems online. Meeting sequence complete. Emergency shutdown protocols disengaged. System was offline for time code error 106. Contact technician for assistance.
Let me turn on the subtitles because it's too loud. Oh my god.
Welcome to Simulation USA Enhanced Access Operations. Please enter your clearance credentials. Error. These credentials are not recognized. Clearance credential requirement overridden. Administrator privileges granted. Welcome back, unknown user ID. What would you like to do? Accessing archival storage form, GB.
Whoa. Let's pause it right there. Okay, so we're in this lab, or this facility, or whatever you want to call it, this, I don't know, this building, and some stuff happened, alright? It's already like downhill. The system was off, somebody's logging in with an unknown ID code or whatever. Okay, there's a lot to pick up right now. Alright, what does that say? Tubular technical issues or trouble or something like that. Ooh.
Dear believers,
Go back. I'm fucked up. Anyways, we don't talk about that.
Sequence complete. Emergency shutdown protocols disengaged. System was offline for time code error 106. Contact technician for assistance.
I'm gonna leave that in there to prove that I'm not fake none of this, alright? I rarely mess up like that. You can look in the other videos. I'm sorry. So, going back, and actually it's a good thing that I messed up there and watching the video going back. So, it's like a warning. The system is telling us this as a warning. Like somebody's turning up the system, somebody's logging in, the system was off by its own volition, whatever, somebody turned it off. Alright, let's continue. Let's not pause it no more. Let's go.
Welcome to Simulation USA Enhanced Access Operations. Please enter your clearance credentials. Error. These credentials are not recognized. Clearance credential requirement overridden. Administrator privileges granted. Welcome back, unknown user ID. What would you like to do? Accessing archival storage form, GB.
GPS.
Data extraction initiated. Data extraction, 10% complete.
Who's David?
Data extraction.
Data.
Complete.
There was a couple difficulties, but we're back. I don't want to explain what happened. I just paused it because I got scared, alright? They just say that. I got scared, I paused it. That jump scare really got me.
Extraction, 80% complete. Data extraction complete.
So somebody's downloading or taking information from the, I might say like the AI or whatever this thing is talking to us, like the computer AI intelligent. I don't know. So somebody's logged in with an unknown ID, taking information in and out, or taking information out. There's so much stuff right now. I don't even know what's going on.
All data extracted to error. No.
Dear believers, when men
And that was it. Alright, so in the very end, error not found. Data extracted. So data taken out and it was not be able to found. Hopefully the more I watch, the more it makes sense. Let's get right to the next one. This one is called, what is one is called? Tape 2. Let's see. To the mountain. Nice. Let's watch it.
pursue evil, it is evil that they will find. Mark my words, there is no good that can come from the pursuit of darkness. Let
It's
me
a
read
preacher.
you, dear believer, the words of the late brilliant Charles Spurgeon, who discussed this at length in a sermon all the way back in 1864. He said, quote, "Our adversary, the devil, goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. We are taught by our Lord Jesus to pray, do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. What we are taught to seek or shun in prayer, we should equally pursue or avoid in action. Very warily, therefore, should we endeavor to avoid temptation, seeking to walk in the path of obedience, so that we may never be guilty of tempting the devil to tempt us. We are not to enter the thicket in search of the lion. We may pay dear."
Whoa, it just cut off there. I don't know if that's important. Maybe it was just like boring. They should cut it off. But the camera recording, whatever recording thing, the thing recording whatever is happening is cutting off. Something is messing up with the camera. It's only turning on and off whenever it wants. What is that? I'm not scared, you're scared. Get back in your car and drive the other direction. Bro is walking out barefoot. Not barefoot, but on his feet, just walking around. Bro, just get on your car and leave. There's red paint on the floor, if you know what I mean. Run away. Is the person recording all of this, did he go there looking for something? Is he there just for a hiking trip in the middle of the night, or is he there for a purpose? This, okay, I bet this dude is saying some subliminal, I can't even say it. Some secret code in my ears that is reversed or slowed down, whatever. But it looks like whenever he's recording it, it's sort of like he's, sorry about that. It's sort of like he's teleporting forward or in a whole nother direction with the camera. Or the camera just be glitching out. I don't even know. Something about anonymous. Okay, yeah, he's speaking words to me, and I don't understand nothing. My God, you want to be anonymous, something like that.
When we
We're only halfway there. Where are you going to the mountains? Where are you going in the mountains? I wonder. Are you going to a cabin, or you going to see a whatever is talking to you right now? I
will
don't know.
come face to face with the devil himself, whether we intended to or not, dear believer. We are drawn to him by our own hearts. In Matthew chapter 15, verse 19, it says, "For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander." There is a shadow nested deep, deep within our hearts, within our minds, in a place most people don't even know exists within themselves.
Let's turn off the subtitles because I can't see nothing. So let's zoom in. This dude is shining his light here like it's something shining. Let me look closely. Nothing's there. Nothing.
The devil is gonna call to those depths, dear believer.
He's gonna keep flickering until we see something there.
Before the beast, you should make it easier on yourself and accept what it is that he bestows upon you.
This shit make me feel like I'm there. I can hear that. I'm gonna keep this close to me now. Alright. What I picked up from that last video, episode 2, or tape 2, I'm gonna have this guy in my hand now. He was going to up the mountain, and everything of his technologies just went haywire. His lights were flicking and off and on. Looked like he had trouble, like with the radio station. Was keep like going in how you say it, like in static, and it was coming back normal, and it was speaking using the radio voice, whatever it is, whatever this is. And I'm already thinking it's like demons, bro. You gotta have God with you. All right. Tape 3. They see the name of it. Oh shit. Alright, let's see what it brings on. Whoa.
Greetings, and welcome to the Preconditional Protocols and Orientation video system provided by Unit 13 as part of the United States Army and Project Stargate, created in partnership with Symbiodyne USA. On behalf of all of us here at Unit 13, congratulations on your selection as one of our testing candidates. You likely have a lot of questions, and this video is designed to answer them all. First, let's go over some background information to provide you with the crucial context you'll need for a full understanding of what it is we're doing at Unit 13. We are sure you've heard plenty of rumors surrounding what it is that we do, but we are willing to bet that most everything you've heard is wrong. Being a highly confidential part of Project Stargate, which you've already been briefed on, Unit 13 You're in the evolutionary and promising area of parapsychology. Thought forms. If you're unfamiliar with what thought forms are, that's okay. You're in the majority. So, what are thought forms? Through the ages, occultists and spiritualists, Tibetan monks to theosophists, have exercised the creation of what is sometimes referred to as a tulpa, otherwise known as a thought form. A thought form is the manifestation of a person's will, emotion, or other deeply psychologically energized state into a semi-physical form, existing as not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient entity. Thought forms are also able to be witnessed and experienced by third parties, and are not limited solely to the person who developed them. Thought forms have been formed to serve as familiars, companions, or even friends to those who conjure them. According to key literature, thought forms can...
Imaginary friends type shit? Alright, alright. Thought forms. So a thought form is like our wants and cravings, or what? Or is it like something we make up of? Who knows?
be intentionally formed by a single person or multiple people, though they can be unintentionally formed as well. But they are always manifested through the deep will and focus of a person in a considerably heightened state of connectivity with their own consciousness. Traditional thought forms can vary widely in their level of influence in the real world. While they usually take physical formations eventually, their earliest stages are more apparitional in nature, with brief manifestations, though most often remaining as an unseen essence, much like a phantom or a ghost. At this phase, thought forms and ghosts are very similar in a number of ways. Individuals can make contact with them through communication devices, such as a Ouija board or through EVP sessions, while the thought form may...
You can call them like they don't exist. Bro, we don't mess with spirits around this house. Oh my god. And this is like, you don't conquer it, or you don't make it up. You connect to it. Whatever this thought friend or whatever, this platform, whatever it's called, you call it. Platform, whatever. You're taking something that's there, a spirit or whatever. I call it a spirit. And you're sort of like bringing it as a friend, like, oh, let's name you, let's get to know you, and let's give you a body, and the more you're longer, the more spiritual you get. Like, no, bro, got me messed up. All right.
Respond through moving objects, manipulating electronics, or even speaking words and short phrases. Due to their striking similarities, a current theory established by Unit 13 suggests that what we know as ghosts may not be as common as we once believed. Rather than a deceased person's energy being left behind after death, it's possible, and indeed likely, that these paranormal entities are actually thought forms that are unintentionally created by those individuals that the deceased has left behind, who spend an inordinate amount...
I told you, see, I picked it up before you even set it up. I picked it up before you even set it up. You don't make nothing out of nothing. You make it out of something. And if that spirit was around before you became into a platform or whatever, you made it into a platform, is his own thing. Alright, let's just continue watching.
Of time in deeply emotional states, where their mental capacity is largely occupied by a powerful focus on the departed individual. In other words, as these are the ideal conditions from which thought forms are born, people may very well create their own ghosts and hauntings. However, as more time and energy is invested into the development of the thought form, they begin to harness more influence on their environment, until eventually exhibiting a semi-permanent physical appearance, and, in due course,
becoming what? Human? Sorry. Becoming human? So these spirits, or platforms you want to call them, or thought forms, whatever. Thought forms, platforms, I don't even know. Forms. These forms of beings can come out of dead relatives. And as long as you have them near, the stronger they get. In the last stage of it, they could be unrecognizable than real humans, living humans? Becoming what? Tell me, what are they going to become?
Becoming as tangible as a living creature. This is where Unit 13's interest comes in. We've sought to answer a very important question. Can thought forms be created in a manner that would benefit American society and help keep American citizens safe?
America always trying to use what they can't explain as a weapon. America never learns, do they?
Unfortunately, the practice of intentionally creating a thought form by traditional methods would undoubtedly take years and years of developmental training. So, Project Stargate has enlisted a world-renowned authority in thought forms, a man named Dr. Bernard Hayes, to oversee a number of the operations related to Unit 13's work. His participation has been invaluable and has brought fruitful results to the project. Due to Unit 13 and Semiodyne USA's combined efforts, bringing together some of the most prestigious minds in the world, specializing in the sciences of the human consciousness, with cutting-edge technology and engineering methods, we've created a groundbreaking, proprietary invention. Introducing the Thought Form Manifester. The Thought Form Manifester is able to create truly independent and self-sustaining thought form entities from the minds of select, willing participants. Being that they come from the deepest recesses of the human mind, thought forms can appear in virtually any configuration.
So you're taking the monsters out of our brains and making them visible with technology. Oh. Oh. And you're giving these monsters out of our brains. You're taking them out of our brains so they can become something unrecognizable than a living being? Or am I not catching nothing along? Or this is exactly what's happening? Anyways, that looks cool. I will use that. I would use that. I'll be cursed. I'll be possessed. Whatever. I would use that.
They could look like a person, an object, an animal, or even something as abstract as the physical representation of an emotion. That being said, it's recommended to brace yourself before touring the thought form chambers, as thought forms can also take on appearances that could be considered disturbing, like a creature one might see in a childhood nightmare. There's no reason to be afraid, however.
Like I said, bro, they're taking monsters from our brains and make them into ghosts. You're making them into ghosts. And like I said, nothing. You can't make nothing out of nothing. You gotta make it out of something. Only God can do that. Make something out of nothing. We humans don't have that gift. We need to take something that we already have and make it into something else. And that's what we're doing.
All thought forms are docile by nature, and while they may look or behave in a frightening manner, and though they are capable of making physical contact, they pose no threat to humans. Once your session in the thought form manifester is completed, your thought form will
if they say so,
directly into a containment chamber. Thought forms are unable to pass through the barrier of the manifester and will not be capable of causing you any issues. There are some very rare potential side effects that may result from your session. These side effects include increased tiredness, loss of balance, dizziness, insomnia, vomiting, episodes of temporary amnesia, and mild hallucinations. These side effects, if present, will clear up within 72 hours of your session and are simply signs of your brain recalibrating to the real world. It is recommended you refrain from driving or operating heavy machinery for 72 hours after your session, even if you experience no side effects. None of these side effects should cause you any harm or overt stress, and former testing candidates who have experienced these side effects reported that they were very mild and merely a transient inconvenience. With all of that out of the way, we are looking...
Can we take everything this man says in face value? Did we just saw this guy go to a mountain and being provoked by these platforms or thought forms or these forms or this ghost forms, whatever you want to call them? Wasn't that guy a test lab or a test rat or whatever you want to call it? Jesus. So I don't think we can trust this tape. It might be lying to us because we're part of the testing trials or whatever. All right, this is the last episode, the last video, and then we're going to just gather what we just saw.
Forward to your participation with Unit 13, and your time in the Thoughtform Manifester has been scheduled. However, there are several required mind exercises as a part of this video system that must be completed prior to your scheduled date in order to prime your consciousness and ensure the highest quality results. Please enter the video cassette labeled TF2, Waking Your Subconscious, now. This is the end of this tape.
You give me that. Alright. Alright. That was the Greylock files. So we living in this okay. So I'm gonna pretend I'm one of the characters in whatever. I don't know how to explain myself. So we're living in a world that scientists can take echoes of ghosts pretty much and transform them into platforms, they were calling it. I'm just gonna call them ghosts. So they were transforming them into, oh, I'm gonna call them Caspers or imaginary friends. They were making ghosts into imaginary friends, letting you create them in your mind, and then they would take like, oh, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. If you look different, don't mind it. It hasn't been like 2 days or whatever. Whatever. So they can take remnants of ghosts and make them into imaginary friends. But unlike imaginary friends, these can change reality or can warp reality to their liking. That's great. That's always fun. But in the like in the test files, like when the subjects are seeing the tape for the first time, it gives them a little room that protects them, that it says that cannot pierce through. It sort of like acts like a shield to it. But if that was the case, what happened to that guy in the car? He was being chased by something, and he didn't notice it until it was like the last minute, until he was like ramming his car through the forest. So that thing is said like it's only temporary. It only side effects. I don't think that. I think it follows you home after you bring it up to existence. After you think about it and make it into existence. Because like I was saying in the video, humans cannot make nothing out of nothing, or it can't make something out of nothing. So we can only take something that was already there and sort of twist it and form it to our liking. I think that's what's happening in these files. Going back to the first episode, it's so weird. It looks like somebody's like breaking into the labs and like getting all the information or deleting all the information. But in the video, there's nobody there. So it could be one of those mimics or one of those platforms. Or, like I like to say, imaginary friends. Or imaginary friend. I don't know. I'm gonna learn a better name. But yeah, those episodes were really good. And I'm obviously gonna make this another series in my channel. Greylock, you cooked here. You cooked here, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. If you want to see the original videos on yourself, I can't stress this enough. It's gonna be down in my link, so hit that. And also his channel is gonna be down there. So if you want to see any other works that he did, or any other videos that he may have already posted, continuing the series, is right there. So any further ado, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.